Thank you for joining me, your host, Deadeye Two Tongues, and the courageous, the brave, the faithful, Mr. Fog Gilly, Cody himself. Cody, how the hell you doing?
I stubbed my toe.
That's rough. That is rough, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Cody and I have made it out of the wilderness, out of the IRL.
Barely.
Barely. Yeah. Yeah, we just did our first IRL. It means going into the world of the paranormal. And Cody, how did you feel?
I felt mostly peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was neat exploring and everything. I'd like to spend the whole day just propsing around out there, see all the different things.
Yeah, so we had a short distance to go this time. It was an area that only took us, an hour and 40? But I think we made it way quicker than that. Hour and 20?
It was about hour 20, hour 30.
Yeah. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, an area well known for its favorite cryptid and cryptid of origin to Point Pleasant, Mothman. We went out there and we had a rather pleasant day going about Point Pleasant, where it seems that the entire community has latched on to their their pal, their hero.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he was decorated in so many ways. He was depicted as spooky. He was depicted as bubbly. He was depicted as just someone you wanted to squeeze or someone you wanted to run away from. But it seems that whole town has just embraced the Mothman. And they even have festivals, they have museums, they have ice cream parlors, they have insurance agencies. They have
Pizza.
A Mothman pizza, which Cody and I partook in and enjoyed.
Very Mothman.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The tables were all decorated, the eating surface underneath the plexiglass. You could see all of the cool celebrities that have come through Point Pleasant. Richard Gere, they just love that man in Point Pleasant. They love him because he was in what's the name of the movie, Cody?
The Mothman Prophecies.
The Mothman Prophecies. Much of the museum that we went to was a lot of the things that were in the Mothman prophecy. Like there was a bucket of paint, there was his chapstick.
Chapstick.
Gives you the creeps, don't it? But today's going to be a little different because we actually got out and into the thick of it. And we went out and we tested our mettle and our ability to shake off the angsty feelings of being in the middle of nowhere with the possibility of running into airplane controls. The Mothman. Yeah, that's right. It's a little sculpture of the Mothman right there. I also got some goodies and some treasures. Like this absolutely adorable, almost looks like a cornhole bag, but with wings and button eyes.
Well, they need to do that. Mothman cornhole, and they're
Right.
all the little bags look like that.
Shh, we'll do it. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Shh, shut. No. But then we got all sorts of little trinkets like this air freshener here. And
Smells like real moth.
Yep, it smells like mothballs. And then we got a pin. We got some magnets that are pretty cool. It says Mothman is my boyfriend. And, just some really cool stuff. Stickers. We got a cup. This really neat bag because we spent over a required amount of money. It says Mothman search team right here, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It showed us the entire town showed us a really good time. Everybody was very friendly, and I feel like, don't you think a lot of that was tourism of the
Well, it's
Mothman
creeping
Museum?
up on the Mothman Festival, September 20th, 21st.
Yep, it sure is.
So they're probably ramping up everything down there.
Yeah, yep. I would say that's what's going on. The museum itself pretty cheap. What was it, $4.50 to get in, or like it was like $4 or something?
Yeah, it was around it was under $5.
Yeah, and we were allowed to film in there. So here is some footage that we collected from going into the Mothman Museum. You guys can check it out. It's pretty neat. So here we are at the Point Pleasant Mothman Museum, the only museum completely dedicated to this cryptid. And you can see there's quite a bit of things to go through, but the coolest thing is definitely this. You have see, here's where we're from, Athens Messenger, right here. So his area that he encompasses is quite large, but it definitely expands even into our neck of the woods, which is what, an hour and a half away. Isn't that neat, Cody? Isn't that just neat, Mr. Foggilly?
It was a fun experience all around.
So that was Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the one and only. Guys, there is only one Mothman Museum, and that is it. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. It is pretty cool, and it's family friendly. It's pretty neat, other than you might see like some pretty creepy renditions of the Mothman hanging from the ceiling and things like that. But I think most kids would enjoy it.
I'm sure we will be back down there at least one of the festival days.
Yeah, I think so too. But before we get into our first story of the night, which will all be Mothman themed. Isn't that great?
Mothman episode.
Yeah, this is our official Mothman episode. Things like this, being able to go out and get into the area, be able to go out and search the actual grounds in which Mothman was sighted for the first time and where many of the sightings occurred, was because of people like you, the viewer, people who have decided to not just come here and support us by liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell, and decided to help us out on Deadeye Two Tongues 740, our Patreon. That's right, people like you, lovely patrons, if you're watching, thank you guys so much. You guys are the reason we were able to go and do our real life Mothman investigation, and we could not be more grateful to you guys. We really, really appreciate everything that you do for us. It is just me and Cody juggling a million things per day, and it makes it a little bit easier whenever we have support from people like you. And if you want to help us in any other sort of way, you can follow me and Cody on our socials right here. Right here, I am a monetized creator on the TikTok platform, and I do a lot of posting as well over on Instagram, which allows me to find brand deals and things like that. When you guys are liking and sharing, reposting, when you guys are doing all of that, it really, really helps me get a foothold on the other platforms and allows prosperity to happen there with something just as easy as clicking a button. Now, if you guys want to support our small business and also maybe get a little bit of a boost to your vitality, your health, your mental clarity, your ability to sleep, regenerate, recuperate, then you want to go over here to hellfireholler.com. And Hellfire Holler is also where we're going to be putting all of our merch, which is up and coming, because the first thing I'm doing when I get done filming this podcast is I am ordering the means to create our own merchandise. So you'll be able to get that merchandise over here at Hellfire Holler, much like this sticker that we have here. It says, I partied with the Puck Wudgie. You can find that on hellfireholler.com. And guys, before we get into this first story, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, Mr. Foggilly as well, thank you. Thank you for all you do for us and by proxy, our family and the people who rely on us.
We love you.
Absolutely. You guys get the big hearts today. Mwah. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's lower the timber. Let's all get out our crucifixes and our snacks. And somebody, please light the internet campfire. So this first story comes in from what I think her name is Alliday, but I'm going to call her Allie for short. And this story is titled, Was It Mothman? I'm not the greatest with writing, but I do have a story to share. One morning, I was coming home from work with my boyfriend. The two of us worked third shift together at the warehouse here in Etna, Ohio, and we decided to leave earlier that morning because we both wanted to get off our feet and relax. I mean, who doesn't? I would say it was roughly around 3:30 a.m., and it was one of those mornings when the moon wasn't out, but you could see where the cornfields glowed from the streetlights. Not to mention, our drive is roughly 45 minutes from our home in Newark. I would say we were roughly 5 minutes from home. Now, at the time, my boyfriend was driving while I was just daydreaming, looking out my window, and at a quick glance, I froze. I saw something that stood at the edge of this cornfield. This was not a deer, and it definitely wasn't a bear. I know for sure it was not human either. Whatever this thing was, it was roughly 10 feet tall, completely black. It had a round body, looked like it was made of feathers. Not so much of a neck. It had claws for feet, huge wings that were resting on each side of its body, and it had yellow eyes that were glowing, looking straight into mine. It's one of the most common things said about the Mothman. You see lots of depictions of like him in a very humanoid way, but he's rumored to like not have a neck, like not have
Yeah,
a,
he's
like
just got
his
big. I wonder if that's just the wings, and just like blocking
yeah
actual. I don't know.
yeah, and it's kind of like where his shoulder part would be where his eyeballs are,
I
and
know it said what 3 a.m. Did it say like a time of year?
no,
I'm trying to think of like where the corn would be at this point, and
yeah, I mean it would have to be like midsummer
I don't know.
to harvest season, so autumn. Yeah, I'm not sure either, but a discrepancy that's in here.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know if because I mean that's not too far away. So all those fields, you just call them cornfields, pretty much no matter what season.
Yeah, you're true. True. But the discrepancy I see here is the eyes were glowing yellow.
All from other stories and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the most notorious things about Mothman
Yeah, the red eyes.
is he's got piercing red eyes. So, I mean, the story is, was it Mothman? I assume we're trying to deduce whether or not.
Maybe it's Mothman with jaundice.
Yeah, jaundice Mothman. Possibly. He's out there making moonshine from corn.
But still 10 foot tall. That's huge.
Yeah.
That'd make it the tallest I think we've had.
Yeah, usually
I think we were at 9 foot. Having a chart of the tallest crypt. I think it was the
from the Res story, right? Or
no, it was the one after. It was the one in the cemetery and stuff. The UK, the Wales one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not the second episode where it was the naked
9 foot. I don't know if that one had a height or not, but
he was
I know the
naked.
one from Wales was 3 feet taller than the 6 foot fence.
Yeah.
So, but 10 foot.
Yeah. I don't know.
We just keep getting taller and taller things.
So it's like giants.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have one. There was recently that there was like a giant that was walking on top of a mountain. Rumor is that the guy who recorded that disappeared. Like that he just poofed. We'll see if we can't find that and put it here in post. Super strange. Like you see the giant, and he's filming like from all the way down on the ground, and he's filming this mountain peak, and you could clearly see in motion like a giant humanoid.
I don't think I've seen that yet, so I'll have to find it.
Yeah. Well, he posted it, and then his videos after posting that kind of got calamitous. He was like had vehicles parked outside of his house at night, And
It's
then
weird how that always happens. Even the Mothman thing, when people are having sightings and then they stay in unmarked cars and men in black show up and
Yo,
like, what is all this about?
yeah.
Why aren't we allowed to see things? We can't even see things
Mm,
without getting people showing up at our house. Like, what is that?
yeah. Yeah. They use the what is it called?
Deneuralizer.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Back to the story. Not even a second later, once I made eye contact with whatever this was, it scurried backwards into the cornfield at an angle where it stared at me, not breaking eye contact. So there is corn. And it sounds like it's tall enough to hide a 10-foot creature. So, we're getting into, what would it be? September, October, like that time period. If we're, maybe there is like a time period where he is more active, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe. I don't know.
But I mean, if it becomes a consistent thing, like that you find out the sightings and all that stuff all happen around this time, like he who knows, he could hibernate all year round, and only comes out at the certain times.
Yeah, I don't. We didn't catalog like every sighting that they had or whatever at Point Pleasant, but I know the first one was in November, and they started from there.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely help with investigating in the future if we could narrow down a time that he's more frequently seen. I didn't know how to react. I really just sat there confused and creeped out. I quickly looked to my boyfriend and asked him if he saw what I saw, and he said he wasn't looking where I was looking since he was focused on the road. Later that morning before bed, I searched the internet for anything that looked remotely like the thing. The only thing that looked exactly like what I saw was an image of what they refer to as the Mothman from West Virginia. I just froze again when I looked at the picture because I'm 100% certain that it is what I saw when we were coming home from work in those early hours. It doesn't sound like she's from West Virginia. Did you hear how she said that? It wasn't like, oh, that makes sense because I'm from West Virginia.
Oh
She's,
no, that's what I'm saying. This took place like 40 minutes that way.
oh, wait, did it give a location as to where it was?
Etna,
Oh, Etna.
Ohio, and they're driving to New York.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did see news reports.
So that's almost just like either right off the freeway or.
Yeah. Well, we did see news reports like from all over. We saw some from our hometown.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he was not limited to Point Pleasant, that's for sure.
No, yeah.
Yeah, there was even a point where they were talking, like in that book I was reading yesterday, where it said that he actually was starting to be spotted in other countries as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that was, be it the Mothman or some other type of creature, it was pretty creepy. Until this day, it still gives me the chills. I still look outside my windows in case it would ever show itself again. Thank you for letting me share my story. I love your podcast. Well, we love you too, Allie. Thank you so much. And that's a nice little introduction. A lot of stories with Mothman seem to be, a lot of people left in like an ambiguity. Like my foster sister, Shannon, she has a Mothman story. And, she is one of the most hyper analytical people I've ever met. She's very matter factual. Like if you tell her something, of this nature, something, kind of with like I have no idea how to explain it. She's like the first person to very analytically like start to try to break down, what it was that happened. And oftentimes you're like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So to have her have an experience where, she's left in tears and retelling it about, how she was, I think, washing like a pan or something, on a camping trip. She was like washing it in a stream. And, like she looks up and there's just this massive figure standing no more than like 6 feet next to her with massive glowing red eyes. And she tells that story, and knowing her like I do, it's one of the things that makes me believe that these like people and the stories and the retellings and the people, talking about it, they have reason to be believed, not to mention all the men in black and
Yeah, all the things that happened after, but
all the
I
strange
think the
things.
first, before, there were multiple sightings before they even made it into like the newspaper or anything,
Yeah.
and they were like very similar in descriptions and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was all the ones back then were like almost, that's spot on with the red eyes and everything like that, and that's how it.
Yeah. Yeah. And with like our governments and governments of the world have some pretty interesting like unclassified
God. Yeah, there's
documents.
just so much that we just aren't allowed to know, and it's like,
Yeah, but I
come
mean
on.
the things that are unclassified that they've like openly admitted to, like I forget where it was, but I want to say it was the United States where they put LSD into the water supply.
Oh yeah, they
Like
test stuff on us all the time.
and you have to wonder if these people are in a weakened state of mind at the time, and that is too the 60s. That is right around the time too that LSD made its way into the world of ingestible substances. So you've got to wonder, and it's sad that we have to wonder. Like it really it really is. If we were to do some of these things,
I don't know though, but it'd have to be some sort of weird specific thing because
right?
to have all these people seeing the same things like across different. I mean,
Mhm.
across the river, different states.
But it could very well be like, okay, we're going to like put stuff into the water supply. They have a team that goes out and like, okay, all these people in a weakened state of mind, we're going to like project some lights in the sky, and we're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to go out, we're going to have this big figure, and we're going to mess with people. Like, who knows? But I mean, I guess the bedrock of all this is it sucks that we have to wonder if that is the case. Like, we really do. It's clear there's clearly enough people who have experienced the Mothman and have similar stories that something definitely was going on at that time. you know who was responsible for it? And you're sitting here thinking, it sucks that the first thing you think of
Well,
is like,
I'd say it's about 50-50. It's either like a cryptid or it's the government did something.
yeah,
And I mean, it could have been the government doing something to, genetically create a cryptid.
well, I mean, and right there is all the nuclear
Yeah.
nuclear energy that's like happening. Did they freaking nucleate a moth? Did they, maybe a guy was like cleaning out like one of the nuclear silos, and a moth flew in with them, and you have a very Spider-Man like situation that happens. Who knows? But it's where your head goes. Unfortunately,
Mm.
we don't live in a world where it's like they would never do that. Like it's like, yeah, they would. Oh, they 100% would. But speaking of Mothman, since this is all Mothman themed, it's time for our sponsor. And who do you think? It is, in fact, our friend, because we're still alive, the Mothman.
Visit hellfireholer.com.
Thank you, Mothman, for that lovely, lovely show of support for our small business, Hellfire Holler. News with Hellfire Holler, we are currently conducting a study of whether or not lion's mane significantly benefits people on the spectrum when it comes to autism. And we have been giving out 50 bottles with a kind of a contractual agreement that the recipient will give us updates on how the lion's mane is impacting the person with autism. It's pretty neat, and we are excited to collect all that data and report back to not just you, the viewer, but the world on our findings. So that is something that we are doing, and we take great pride in what we're doing, and also helping people of all walks of life with this amazing and powerful mushroom. Before we go on to our second story, if you don't mind liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, that really, really helps Chat, not like I have to tell you guys, like, subscribe. We appreciate you guys. You guys definitely, if you are not aware, every episode we are down in the live chat, guys. We are communicating in real time with our audience. We are showing love to our audience and building just an awesome community. The people who show up as regulars in the live chat are loving, open-armed types and would absolutely love to have you. And we also congregate on our Discord, which you can get to by subscribing to one of our tiers on Patreon, one of our 3 tiers. Our Patreon is Deadeye Two Tongues 740.
You know what I just thought of that would be unfortunate? Like
What's
the
that?
opposite of Mothman, and it's like man moth, and it's just like a moth with like human arms and legs, but he's also like the size of a moth.
Yeah, I was gonna
So like
say,
no one's ever gonna see him. He's just like, oh my god, and he's running around and trying to get eaten by spiders. And my god, that one spider we saw.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cue the spider.
I was gonna say, like, I just saw him.
All right. It's Yeah, and there's only one way to protect yourself from a spider that big. Yeah. Got to do what you got to do. That's why we stay strapped. But coming up to our second story, this one is called Red Eyes in the Trees, sent in to us by Riley S. And let's get right into it. My name is Riley, and I'm originally from Portsmouth, Ohio. This happened in 2020. Oh, so this is relatively recent. Mothman sightings have
Relatively, but also half a decade ago.
Yeah.
Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, that is crazy. But Mothman sightings seem to have dwindled out. You know, they happen from time to time, but the actual Mothman flying and intercepting cars and knocking on the top of cars and, appearing and like outside of people's houses and, all of that stuff seems to be something that, kind of tapered off with time. So the fact that this happened in 2020 shows that he's still making an appearance. He's still in the game. But although and albeit, he's very elusive. This happened in 2020, just after everything shut down. People were either staying inside or finding weird ways to kill time. Me and 3 of my closest friends, Jason, Amber, and AJ, we decided to kill some time by doing something different. We drove down to Point Pleasant, West Virginia one night, not for the museum or the statue or any of that tourist stuff. We were heading for the TNT area. If you've ever heard of the Mothman, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We are still shaking off the mosquito bites and checking each other for ticks because of the TNT district. That's where we spent the night last night. That old World War II munitions site, full of crumbling concrete bunkers, tucked into the woods like forgotten tombs. They say that's where he was first spotted back in the 60s. We didn't go there looking for Mothman or anything like that. Not really. We just thought it would be fun to hang out somewhere creepy. Bring a few beers, smoke a little, scare each other. That kind of vibe. We got there a little after midnight. The gravel roads were slick from rain earlier that day, and the air had turned wet. It had an earthy smell. You could hear frogs and something chirping in the bush. I didn't know if they were bugs or birds, but it was constant. Felt like the trees were alive, making all sorts of noise. We parked just off the side of the road and started walking in with our flashlights. Trees closing in from all directions, paths cutting through tall grass, and those weird dome-shaped concrete bunkers, hidden in the woods like big empty skulls. Yeah, that's what we spent our night in. And the acoustics, let me just tell you, check out these amazing acoustics.
I would say because I mean that sounds a lot like what we just experienced the frogs and the other noises, but I imagine the other noises he's talking about were the katydids.
Yeah.
They seem to be nonstop.
Yeah. So that was one of the things, the amount of wildlife, especially insect, because it's so close to a wetland, it's right, right in the middle. And we're not sure, if they flooded that or if that wetland was there. It doesn't make like much sense that they would just put a bunch of bunkers in like a big sopping wet environment. So we were wondering if it was man-made, but the amount of insect, we kept saying to ourselves, the only way that we were going to hear something is if the classic, almost in every story that we've read on this show, if nature went silent. I was waiting, at like any minute that silence could come over, and that's, but it did make it very, very hard to record audio, because it's so loud. I mean, it's hard to even put into words how loud it was. But back to the story. We didn't want to just stop at one of the easiest ones to go to, so we walked a ways and cut through some animal paths and found one buried deep. It looked like not many people had gone there. No caved-in roof or busted floor. It was dry inside, echoey, cold, even though the night wasn't that bad. Amber lit a candle and set it in the middle of the floor. The glow made the walls look like they were moving, like shadows crawling around. We sat in that circle, just talking, passing the and listening to music, low, off of someone's phone. For a while it was chill, the way it always is when you're hanging out with people you trust. There were jokes, old stories, trying to freak each other out as much as possible. Someone even brought up the Mothman, and we all laughed, but that laughter didn't last long. Oh, let's see why, eh? At some point, I noticed the woods had gone quiet. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. I swear it's in every story that is outside. I swear it is.
I wonder if that's, I wonder how they know.
I don't know. Some imposing
They just
force,
like,
maybe the vibration, the energy,
Yeah.
At some point, I noticed the woods had gone quiet. No bugs, no frogs, no wind. It was like someone hit the mute button of our world. Jason must have noticed it too, because he stopped mid-sentence and said, "Why is it so quiet?" None of us answered. We just looked at each other like we were all thinking the same thing, but we didn't want to be the one to say it out loud. Then, noise. A strange noise. Not inside the bunker, not yet, but close. It was just outside. A sort of metallic pinging, like something brushing against the old steel doors. We all froze. Amber whispered, "Was that a branch?" But there weren't any trees close enough to scratch against the outside like that. AJ stood up and clicked off the music. The sudden silence was deafening. And let me tell you something about these bunkers when you're sitting in them, and I'm sure you'll see it in the footage. Like, me and Cody, it was one of the funnest parts of the night. We would go into the bunker and we'd fart. And it was like Thor himself, had just blown ass. Like each time, because it could be like one of your mousers, it could be like the smallest squeaker, and it would sound, deafening.
You just had to know what it was going to sound like, because just walking around that thing, like you just take just move your foot a little bit to make a little shuffle noise, and it sounds like it circles you like 10 times before it fades away. So
the echoing is just absolutely crazy in those things, and I mean in every little thing. So I would have to say, if they're hearing something like scratch on the door, it's got to be terrifying.
Oh,
sounding.
Yeah, like, and then just echoing around in that thing.
Yeah, there would be no, like, denying that you heard something, like, so, yeah. We waited, listening. Another sound, this time a low thump, like something heavy stepping onto the damp ground, then a slow scrape, like claws against the concrete. Jason picked up the flashlight and aimed it towards the doorway. Nothing. Just the trees and the blackness beyond them. Then we heard it again. This time it was closer. Something was definitely moving outside, and it wasn't trying to be quiet anymore. Yikes. Dude, and you're in that bunker, there's one way out.
Yeah, I'd almost be like, I'm just close the door,
Yeah,
bunker down inside the bunker.
Man, that would be a crazy place to get into like a scuffle with
yeah.
all that echoing. And
I wonder if almost the best defense would be like noise, just like make the loudest noise you can to.
Yeah. I mean, you were the one stating last night, that what if Mothman, is like Grendel from the animated
that's what I was thinking. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Because the echoing noises, like, you got to think, like, because we were both in the bunkers almost at the same time, but I imagine the noise comes out of these bunkers and echoes out into the world. And then also you got the water around, and it'll echo off the water. If you got something, an animal or whatever with very sensitive hearing.
Yeah, it could be getting just pissed off.
Yeah.
And, coming to give you one for, make you quiet down. It circled the bunker, heavy footfalls, crunching leaves, then silence again, and then two loud clangs. Boom! Boom! Jason screamed and dropped the flashlight. Amber scrambled to grab it, but the light had rolled out of the door and into the dark. I don't know what made me do it, but I got up and stepped outside to grab the flashlight. Maybe I just didn't want to be in that bunker if something busted through the door. That's when I saw them.
Ooh. What do we think they are?
Yeah, chat. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? I think if anyone knows Mothman, that's
what I'm expecting coming.
You're gonna know. But chat, what do you think it is? Let's hear it. Comment section.
Mothballs.
Yeah. Just a big.
Jesus. What the?
He's just like flying down. He just teabags you with his mothballs.
I wouldn't even tell that story.
Yeah.
Like, I'm keeping that one to myself.
I'd be one of the people going, Mothman definitely isn't real. Like,
come on, guys.
Come on.
These black eyes? These? Oh, these were.
I
fell down
branch.
I fell down the stairs. I don't know.
Yeah, bunker door. Just my luck. Anything to avoid the fact that Mothman like drive by teabagged you. Cody, if Mothman made a onomatopoeia noise, what would it be? What do you think?
Okay.
Mine would be. Wait, no. What's yours?
I think it's going to be something like.
Okay. Yeah, two separate approaches, but let's do them at the same time. Ready? Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Terrifying.
Well, let's go do it in the bunker and see how it echoes around.
Yeah, it's like it opens a portal. We're like, what
the
is
moth
our
world?
Life? Yeah. Okay. Eyes. Anybody who was in the comment section, anybody in the chat who said eyes, how many bonus points are we giving them?
2 million bonus points.
Man, you guys earned it. Earned it. It was eyes in the trees, red, glowing, like not reflecting, like shining from inside. They were up high too, maybe 7-8 feet off the ground, not moving. They were just staring at me. I froze. My whole body felt like it locked up. I couldn't even scream. The others came out behind me and they saw it too. I heard Amber gasp. AJ said, "What the fuck?" And before he finished the sentence, the eyes blinked out. Ugh. They were gone, like they were never there. Jason whispered, "What the hell was that?" We started backing up toward the trail, not running, but definitely not hanging around. Then there was this sound. I still can't describe it. It was like a mix between a screech and a fluttering roar. That's pretty much what we just did.
There we go.
We did it. We did it. We nailed that. we knew. We just knew.
I'm just thinking now, like, I was just saying, like, oh, I want to go explore this. I want to go far out. Now is the worst time.
Yeah.
Like they did, where it's like, oh, well, we don't want to stop at the first one. We want to go farther out, and it's like, regret, regret, regret,
Yeah.
because now you got to like book it or whatever all the way. Like,
Yeah. Now here is these next words are
also, we had like nothing for service out there too. So if something does happen,
yeah. Yeah, that was terrible.
getting help out there is going to be tough.
Yeah, it turns out a concrete bunker is not, exactly great for cell phone service.
Yeah.
And then you stepped out of the bunker too, and it wasn't great. You
Yeah.
know, like everything
I
took.
was say like the whole area. As soon as you get pretty much coming down the road, once you get to the
Yeah, everything took like 20, 25 minutes to load or to
Yeah.
send, and then definitely because I have an iPhone. If it was outside of somebody with an iPhone or something, I doubt I could have reached out to them at all.
yeah.
But yeah. But this is actually something that is kind of similar that, kind of set me and Cody off, is kind of similar to what they're about to describe. It says, then there was this sound. I still can't describe it. It was like a mix between a screech and a fluttering roar, like wings slamming into the air with this high-pitched hiss behind it. It felt wrong. It felt unnatural. We turned and we ran. None of us were talking. We didn't need to. Something was chasing us. I could hear it. In the trees above, the branches breaking, leaves raining down, heavy wing beats, the sound of something gliding and crashing through the forest right above our heads. Man, I would have killed for that. Like that's what we were there for.
I mean,
This person's probably like has almost lost their mind over this experience,
Yeah,
and we're
this
like
is-
lucky.
you think you want to see it until you see it, and you're like,
Yeah.
I want to live.
Yeah, yeah. At one point, I looked behind us, and I really wish I didn't. There was something up there, huge, just black, but too big, with outstretched wings that looked just wrong. It flew above us, then it dipped into the trees again. We just ran harder. Jason tripped and fell. There's that one friend.
Yeah.
Leave him!
I mean, I could see it though, because like running through that stuff, you got like, you don't know where the water's going to come across the path.
Yeah.
Like, and they're far out there. I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
just how we would have been running, and especially if you're taking the animal paths or anything like that, like,
Yeah.
and then trying to run through that and being panicked. I could
Now,
see.
that's where you find your true friends too, like someone falls and
Yeah.
like the rest of the friends run,
Yeah.
you're like, man, like that's how you're going to do me?
I mean, yeah, we had that happen from the school. Everyone, something would happen, door would slam, everyone run out.
Yeah.
Someone once fell.
Yeah, the one dude the unlucky guy gets left behind.
It was talked about for.
Yeah. Jason tripped and fell, and I swear to God, the thing landed not 15 feet from us, and it felt like the ground shook. I turned around just in time to see it. Crouched in the dark, half hidden by the trees, I couldn't make out the full shape, but I saw those eyes again. They were burning red. Jason screamed, and we yanked him to his feet. Whatever it was didn't follow, not right then. It let us go, or maybe it just liked the chase. We didn't stop running until we hit the gravel road. We threw ourselves into the car, locked the doors. Jason was bleeding from his knee, and Amber was shaking so hard her teeth were chattering. AJ turned the key, and for one awful second, the car didn't start. That was the moment I thought we were going to die. That thing was out there, somewhere just past that tree line, and we couldn't even see it, but we could feel it. The car started, and AJ floored it. We didn't talk much on the way back, just all of us staring out the windows, waiting for this thing to crash to the roof of the car. Even after we got home, we still couldn't explain it. We all saw different things, or maybe the same thing from different angles. AJ swore it had wings like a bat and legs like a human. Amber said it was just a shape. It was just like a void with eyes burning through the dark. All we remember for sure was the eyes. They were big, they were red, they were glowing. They definitely weren't human. They didn't seem animal. They were something else. I don't think I'll ever go back there. So if you ever get the bright idea to go
What? Oh, is it? Are we getting called out?
Yeah.
Oops.
So if you ever get the bright idea to go exploring the TNT area at night, don't. Some places are abandoned, and they're abandoned for a reason.
Yep, we'll take that advice and
Well, Riley, you got to us a bit too late, Like, hey, we survived. We survived, and unfortunately, we didn't have your experience.
I was just thinking like out of all the experiences and everything, it seems like he just either chases you or there's like like a fleeting sightings, and like I've not heard. I don't know if any of them is like he's like attacked or wounded anyone.
Yeah. Well, and then oftentimes occurring with him and like, the experience that comes along with him is like there's this they call him a harbinger of doom.
Yeah.
The Silver Bridge collapsing, he was spotted on the bridge the day before, his most public of appearances, like a lot of people wonder and suggest that when you see him, it's because something is coming, so yeah, I would be interested to know, Riley, if, did anything strange happen in the days after to any members of you or your, like,
Maybe it was the bloody knee
whoa, could have been
from the fall, but it's like he was prophesizing that, but it was like you kind of caused it.
Yeah, he just like knows you're going to get fucked up because, he's like, I have a premonition. You're about to shit your pants. You were right. Yeah, but So what, Cody? What are your thoughts? What's your takeaway?
Very spooky.
This was in 2020.
Yeah. Trying to think of, could it have been something else like just a big territorial owl or something like that?
Mm.
But very spooky.
I mean, it did seem to like circle and have a very large presence, like around the TNT
purpose?
dome. Well, no, the TNT dome. A bird, albeit big and intimidating or whatever. Like they're talking about the thud on the concrete wall of the bunker. And,
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah, and then the ground shaking when it landed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it would necessarily be a bird, but yeah. What a great story, Riley. Thank you so much. We waited a good long while to get the Mothman stories we needed, and we appreciate you. Hopefully you're all right. Hopefully, this didn't scar you. A lot of people say that encounters with Mothman can have adverse reactions and effects on your health, your dreams especially, for days upon weeks upon sometimes years to come.
Yeah, I'd say there's also there's rashes and different things like that show up on people that had sightings.
Yeah, like just getting violently ill was another thing that happened with a lot of people. But a lot of people suggest that he, has some sort of telepathic or power, because for days after of an encounter with the Mothman, people were having intense like visuals and hallucinations and very strange dreams surrounding him. So if you're in the comment section, was there any after like effect on your health?
How about the first story too? Was there any
yeah
after effects?
Yeah, consider that question to go across both authors of these stories. And then, like I said earlier, he's the harbinger. Was there any significant or cataclysmic event that happened after your encounter with the Mothman? Fantastic stories for the night. Absolutely enjoying them. Chat, are you enjoying them? Comment section, are you enjoying them? We really, really hope that you are. And before we go into our experience in the TNT district that we filmed for your guys' viewing pleasure, we would like to show you a little clip from our sponsor, HellfireHoller.com. Ladies and gentlemen, hellions and harlots, We are here in the amazing Point Pleasant, West Virginia to do our Mothman investigation, and we couldn't do an investigation without stopping at the beautiful Mothman statue here. It's Bob Roach is the sculptor. He definitely has some attention to detail. You can see here, he's just absolutely shredded. He's just cut. He forgot the mothballs, but step around this way. He's like got a bigger badonk than Shakira. You know what I'm saying? But Mothman would like you to go to hellfireholler.com. Check out some of our amazing products that we have right here. We have Head Mender. It's an amazing product designed to help you with your headaches and your migraines. It's something you can add to your daily regimen to help keep your migraines at bay. And Mothman himself endorses it. So go ahead and go on over to hellfireholler.com to pick yourself up some. The Shiny Hiney. Ladies and gentlemen, that statue is well known for them glutes of literal steel. Why do you think they gave him such a nice turd cutter?
I mean, that's probably what people were seeing.
Think so?
Yeah.
We got to dig into them police reports and see if, oh yeah, it was crazy. His eyes were burning red and his wingspan was huge and he was all black except for he had a really nice ass. I mean,
if you see any depiction of him, almost all the little things, and he is freaking ripped.
Yeah, he's always got abs, just like coming in strong as an ox. Yeah, he's always got.
Makes you wonder too, like, is that like part of like a government experiment on making like some sort of super soldier, and he's just like a ripped moth thing with wings? I mean, it doesn't even have to be a moth. It's just what people.
Yeah, can you just imagine the mindset though of like they choose a moth? It's like why out of all things a moth? Now is a good time to remind you, if you want your stories to be told here on the Near Death Diary podcast, you can go to Hellfire Holler Podcast. That's right here at gmail.com. You can have your story submitted for us to read here on the Near Death Diary podcast. If your story is selected, we're going to send you an email. It's going to let you know when to tune in so you can be here, possibly in our live chat or in the comment section, or maybe even in the after party on our Discord that you get into by joining us on our Patreon, Deadeye 2 Tongue 740. That's how you can have your story heard here on the one and only Near Death Diary podcast. So without further ado, here is our IRL experience hunting the Mothman. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. A population of just shy of 4,000. A quiet town with a quiet name. But something came along in 1966 and stirred all of that quiet up into a frenzy.
We couldn't believe what we really saw. This thing was standing there, but it had a body just like a man. You could see muscles in its legs. We sit there for a minute, looked at each other, and then we took off.
Well, what did you see?
Well, now I was looking at it in the sky, and then all of a sudden it just, just sort of sank right into the trees, and it kind of moved around a little, and it looked like, it's trying to go away.
And I just kind of froze. It was terrifying. That was the last we seen of him, but that was enough. It just looked like a giant bird, but yet a man. And it was standing with his shoulders and then its neck down in like this. I just couldn't imagine what I was seeing and panicked. And when I tried to run, I couldn't run.
When I got to the traffic light here in Point Pleasant, I got the red light. When it changed, I started going up onto the bridge. And just about that time, the bridge started shaking.
First the flying saucers, then the Mothman, and here the bridge fell. I mean, it was scary.
The Silver Bridge collapsed catastrophically, completely disappearing beneath the river's waters. 46 people died, making it the worst bridge accident in American history at the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
to the Near Death Diary podcast. Today, we're investigating the Mothman. What do you think they're talking about? Who's he? All right, you can see in there, that's one of the TNT bunkers. That's where we're going to be. That's where we're going to be chilling. So, nightfall's about to go down, baby. We're going to try to wine and dine this bad boy. You know?
You should have done that in here. It's that scene from Evolution. Key sticks are crazy.
Come on, Kiki. Kitty. It's either a cat or it's a something doing a good job at pretending.
Yeah, we've given it attention.
It's all right. No worries.
What are you doing? It's just an orange cat sitting there. Smells all that. You guys got fucking Gouda? Gouda? Why are you blinking?
What? GoPro?
Bro.
What?
It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
What?
You've got like strobe lights on you.
I don't even want to hear it.
I mean, give me your camera because I can't turn this around. You're not gonna. What the fuck is it doing now? It's blinking faster. Give me your phone so I can record this off this screen and show you. Oh.
Kitty's right here.
I think it was your phone.
What? How? My phone was in my pocket.
It does weird things. Here's our Mothman plate. Here's our Mothman lamp.
Protection against Mothman.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. So here we are likely a skinned cat circling us. Will you shine a light on the entrance here? So we're camped out outside of one of the TNT silos.
We got some Gouda.
Yeah, eating Gouda.
Gouda.
Living our best life. Mothman. So, as promised, we have brought the Mothman some cheese and a lamp. We are walking through the TNT district as we speak.
This is where the first sighting was in 1966. I can't remember the exact day, but I know it was November.
So some 70 years later? Something like that?
I feel pretty fine, unless like most of our stories, nature goes quiet.
Yeah.
Then we'll know something's up.
It seems like there's an awful lot of nature going on. There's bats everywhere.
If we bump into anyone else, we're going to look so weird. Look, some cheese.
Yeah. You know how Mothman likes cheese. Mothman!
There's always your way.
It's another TNT silo. You want to go in it?
Let's go in it.
Oh, school. Hold on. Autumn olives. They're ripe too. What? Oh, there's a few of them. I made mead from these guys once. It was amazing.
How long did it take?
Oh my god. Back into the dark, spooky night.
I'm gonna lamp off and see what happens. Good amount of moonlight tonight.
Yes, there is.
You want to try your way of berating Mothman into showing himself?
Calling Mothman a chomo. Chomothman. You dirty, no good, no count, lying SOB.
We know you flew to Epstein's Island, Mothman. 26 times.
Mothman's on the list.
No one goes there 26 times and isn't out there doing nefarious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
26 times, that's a lot. I don't know of anyone else who'd ever done 26 times.
Well, other than Bill Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
If we were going to see him tonight, I mean, look at the moonlight. Yeah, it's not pitch black by any means. Nature's still roaring. That's good. Seems calm. Like I don't hear any like large animal. big in the water. Is that another TNT? Mm-hmm.
Looks like it.
It certainly is. Got another one. Something walked in the water.
What was that?
Oh no. Mm.
Mothman, your time is running out. You that Beowulf, the animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
What was that?
Beowulf, the animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
What was that?
It was like that, and his hearing is just so acute that when people are in these bunkers at night, it gets echoes and drives them crazy.
Could be.
Rattles them up.
All the way down there.
It's too big. Oh,
I just went ham in your back
that was
pocket.
going crazy in my back pocket.
Was it just right over here? Check it goes off.
What was making this go off in my pocket? What was making this go crazy in my back pocket? Something or somebody was making this go off. Are you still here? It was going crazy. You heard it.
I heard it, yeah.
I don't have nothing in my back pocket that would have made it go off. Only thing I have in my pocket is my firearm. A lot of Mothman's cousins, underlings chilling out. It's a huge moth. Holy shit. Spider webs. Game. Come on. Huh? It's clear over here. Yeah, it's just here to the right. Do what? Do what now?
I think they're right behind a bunker.
Yeah, we found where we were camping. We literally popped up right behind it. Boss. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Alright, we're still out here at this bunker waiting. We're almost out of everything except for the cheese. It is 10 o'clock now. We will check back in a little bit. Not really much of anything happening right now other than this cat. So,
We've heard a few strange noises, but nothing that can't be explained by nature.
some sort of high-pitched thing in one of the bunkers, but see if that even showed up on camera.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
We'll check back in a little bit, or if anything goes off, pops off.
All right, we are here at the TNT district, still holding down this bunker. We went for a little bit of a walk through the woods, walking the EMF meter around, trying to see if there's any sort of activity that might be around us that we can't see. Right now, we also have it. You see that green light in there? If there's anything in there, please make the red light turn green, or green light turn red. Please make the green light turn red. So it's about 12 p.m., I guess a.m. right now, and we're still waiting for our cryptid friend to show. You can see we've pretty much eaten all of the charcuterie board, and still no sign of him. I think we're going to stick around for a bit longer before we head out, especially with this cat slash skin just literally doing circles around us, meowing. It has been now for hours. Won't let us touch it, but it's literally doing circles all around us. What is that? What was that?
Honestly, sounds like slapping to me.
Shut up. What is it? Come. Shit. That was crazy. Did you get that on camera?
I had the camera on. I don't know if I picked it up. It was really faint, but it sounded like, to me, it sounded like
Flapping.
flapping.
It was like, what?
Light, like, what are those fireworks that, they're not M80s, though. They're the small ones, the really cheap ones. They just...
What was that?
Cat. You want to see it?
What are you doing? Anyway. A lot of creepy stuff happening right now.
You know, it's funny. It was just like fucking catfishing, where you're sitting there saying, oh, nothing's really happening out here. We're just sitting here, and then all of a sudden, as you're saying it, fucking weird noises.
So we heard this really loud flapping, like, and we thought like it had to be something on the water or something. And we came out here and like we might have got it on camera. I don't know. We were sitting over there at our little camp whenever we heard it, that we couldn't hear. And that's about the only thing we can say sounded possibly Mothman-ish. Because it was like...
It's hard to tell, but it definitely sounded like it came from across the...
like across the waterway here. But not the only thing that's happened in many hours. So. And we haven't got a single read off the EMF except for whenever it was in my back pocket at one point, and a few times while we were walking through the trees, or through the woods. But we haven't got it to go off anywhere else. Yeah. I know they say Mothman likes to chase cars. So maybe on the way out, we'll get a visit.
So we got the spirit box out. We're going to do a little bit, see if we can catch anything. It's a little hard to hear, really, because all the bugs and stuff. But
Mothman. Mothman, are you here? Is there anyone here? Are there any spirits among us?
if there's anyone here, can you say something to us? Okay, I'm going to turn this off, because if we do hear something...
So we just picked up this cool book called Freaky Folklore. terrifying tales of the world's most elusive monsters and enigmatic cryptids. And right here we have the Mothman, the crimson-eyed harbinger of doom. So that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say that Mothman is a harbinger, meaning he's kind of like a herald to things to come. Like, because a lot of people said he was trying to warn of the Silver Bridge collapse, and that he was seen there, and that a lot of times, you know, sighting of him comes with some calamity afterwards. But his location, West Virginia, that happens to be where we're at right now. First seen in the 1960s, classified as a cryptid and a harbinger of doom. Personality, mysterious, disturbing, ominous, and elusive. So, it says the Mothman was featured in local newspapers. The population as a whole gathered in the area where the creature was reported to be in a matter of days, armed and prepared to hunt it down. Despite not finding it, they managed to start a legend. There has never been a sufficient description of Mothman's feet or face. One witness, who could clearly make out the face, could only describe the details as horrifying and terrible. Afterward, she experienced horrific dreams and came dangerously close to losing her mind. These were the first sightings of the creature that came to be known as the Mothman. Other accounts describe the Mothman as a winged humanoid figure, tall and brownish and black in color, with glowing red eyes. Anyone who gets a good glimpse of the Mothman tends to experience severe anxiety and mental anguish, which can often linger for months or years. People claim that when they look into the Mothman's eyes, they are filled with a sense of absolute evil. The victims of what appears to be Mothman's favorite pastime, chasing cars, have revealed that he can fly much faster than any bird should be able to. He will occasionally soar in front of them and strike the roof. There were numerous reports and sightings from all across Point Pleasant. Then these gradually expanded. Eventually, there were reports of Mothman both abroad and in other parts of the United States. However, sightings in Point Pleasant ended following a tragedy. A year after the first sighting in 1967, the Silver Bridge, a crucial entrance and exit from the town, collapsed, killing over 40 people in the aftermath. Individuals reported seeing the Mothman standing on the bridge the day before, perhaps a sign of impending doom. There have been plenty of folklore born from superstitious minds, and even if you aren't superstitious, strange happenings combined with tragedy may change your mind. It only takes one encounter to make most people a believer. There you have one depiction of the Mothman. We have seen hundreds today. This one, he actually has a head. A lot of times it's just shoulders with like a torso, and the eyes are where the kind of shoulders would be, with no head. But I like this rendition.
Getting late. Getting late. It's after 1 now. We had, a little bit of whatever that was, flapping.
Yeah.
Hopefully we caught that.
The EMF went off a little bit when we were in the woods, a little bit when we were walking the trail. Oh, oh, oh. Oh.
What is it?
Oh.
Very nice.
That was good. That was a good one. So, it's about 1 o'clock. We might... What? Oh, whoa. Whoa, look at that big son of a bitch. That's a huge spider. Ooh. Big boy. Big boy. Where's your friend? Where's your friend the Mothman? Tell us. Tell us where he's at. So, Mothman didn't come, but we want to leave him an offering. This is 60 month, right?
Yep.
60 month smoked Gouda. We're gonna put this dead center right there. Mothman, Mothman, Mothman. Oh, Mothman, See you next time, you big fucking fuck.
I just really love cheese, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Especially a nice sharp cheddar.
You can't beat a good aged Gouda.
Well, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and
It's about an hour, over an hour drive back.
yeah, but we have done our investigation the best we can. We've wandered around the woods, we EMF, we did some spirit boxing.
We brought some cheese,
Yeah,
offered,
made
cheese.
offerings. Couldn't find them, but we had a pretty exciting day at Point Pleasant. It was nice. You know, Point Pleasant's a really awesome community that's rallied around a cryptid. You know, that's made it their kind of their identity, which is super neat. Everyone comes together. There was a lot of tourists today wandering through. But yeah, that ends our investigation. We do have the roads out of here. Mothman is known to attack cars, or at least kind of harass cars.
And there's always the Mothman Festival coming up in September.
Might come back and see if we can't get anything else. But that was fun. That was a lot of sitting and waiting though.
Yeah.
So,
Can't get something every time.
yeah. But yeah, on to the next, hopefully more haunted thing. So there you have it. So you guys, thank you for helping us make this trip happen. And we want to thank all of the members of Patreon who essentially, in a monthly fashion, in a monthly subscription kind of way, paid for the gas and paid for the snacks and paid for the Mothman pizza and the things that, you know, and it was also Cody's birthday trip. So thank you very much for giving Cody. You had a good birthday, right?
Yeah, I like cheese.
Yeah. So,
I mean, really half the thing about me trying to get Mothman to eat cheese was because I wanted cheese.
Yeah.
And I got some.
Yeah, we got several types of Gouda. You know, it was good. It was Gouda. It was good. It was good. Cody, what would you say was the best part about going out and into the thick of it to test our metal and whether or not we could catch a glimpse of this elusive harbinger of death?
Well, just being like boots on the ground. It's really neat to do what we did and then instantly come back and have a story basically of what we did. But
yeah,
so we get all the experience and can know exactly what they're talking about, like the bunkers, the echoes, the insects, the feel for everything. We got the whole feel.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the future of this when we read a story and then we'll be like, well, let's go to this place and.
Yeah, that's something I'm.
Be like, oh, this is what they were talking about when they said blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and
I'm really looking forward to that being like our future.
Yeah.
You know, just like the travel to get there, and then like the creepy vibes whenever you get there, and like, you know, all of the different accounts and stories that you've read. You know, to kind of, you know, get into the spooky vibe and to kind of, you know, position yourself in a stance of understanding for when you do get out there. You know, I really like that. I can't imagine, you know, because this was hit or miss. It's a huge area. The TNT district is a really, really big area to cover, and there's dozens upon hundreds, like, or maybe 100 bunkers, like the ones that the one we camped out, at. But I can't imagine doing this, like, say, the Bell Witch,
A smaller
like,
area
or just one that almost guarees you some strangeness,
To the fluttering noise we heard, I think that was not something I've ever heard before.
Yeah,
And I mean, we've fished at night. We've heard a bird fly by at night. Most of the time you don't even hear it. And an owl, you're never.
Yeah,
owls will be so quiet you won't even hear it. But then not only that, but like I'm thinking other wetland birds like a heron or whatever. They're so quiet you don't hear them until it comes past you.
Yeah.
But for us hearing that thing so far away, and then I'm thinking like there's I think 100 at least, probably over 100 bunkers.
Yeah.
There could have been somebody else out there getting this happen to him, right? And we're just sitting there in our one bunker, just like nothing's happening. Then someone's getting life-changing chased out of. But we didn't hear any screams or anything. That would have been eerie, probably.
To hear that in tandem, like the fluttering. Yeah, because I mean, we were sitting next to one of those bunkers. So even when you're sitting outside of it, like any small thing that you do, that the sound that makes its way into the bunker, it's amplified. So, we're sitting outside with all of the crickets and all of the, the pulse of nature happening. It's making its way into that bunker and it's reverberating and spitting back out. So we're literally immersed in sound the entire time. And then when we hear this fluttering sound, that's the one thing me and Cody heard that was out of the ordinary. Like the fact that it was so loud.
Yeah, cut through all the bugs and frogs.
Yep. It was strange. The biggest test of my patience became the cat.
God, I don't know what was up with that guy.
And now don't get me wrong, we're in this creepy area, and there's a part of me that is like, this cat is really clean. It doesn't look mangy. It looks well kept. It looks well groomed. So either it was just dropped off here or it's a goddamn shapeshifter.
Well, yeah, we learned we didn't. Yeah, we don't know if Mothman would love cheese. Well, we did find out that the cat seems to like Gouda. So.
Well, the cat was hungry. It ate a good portion of our charcuterie board. It definitely enjoyed the meats. But the weird thing, it was just circled us.
Yeah.
And when I say circled, I mean it literally did laps around us, but it was just incessantly meowing. It was within minutes of us being there. Like we got set up, we had our little, what would you call that? Like our headquarters. We kind of set
a little
up,
base of operations.
Yeah, that was, like in an area where we could branch out and move around. We walked through the woods, and that was really crazy. We ended up dipping into the woods really far down the path, and we spent a solid 15 minutes kind of pushing through, and we were able to navigate our way right to the back door of the bunker that we were at, which was pretty cool. Followed a lot of the game trails, a lot of the game paths.
I'd be really, I really want to go down there after later into the fall when the leaves are gone and everything and all the weeds are gone.
Yeah.
Just so you can, because it's really hard. I mean, you walk up to a bunker, you can't even see the bunker. You just see the door and then the inside of the bunker because it's so overgrown. So I imagine in the fall it'll look really interesting with all just the humps all over the place out there.
Yeah. One thing I did think that we didn't bring out there. What about a Geiger meter?
Yeah, that would be something.
What if there's a direct correlation of Mothman with the Geiger, radiation?
Yeah.
What if that starts going up when we're walking around? The unfortunate thing would be is that we would turn it on and we're so close to those silos that it's just you just realize
oh no.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. I would like to figure out the different regulations on camping, or if you're allowed to, or if maybe you need a permit or something like that. And maybe that's something we do in the future. We handpick, or we do some sort of some sort of drawing or something like that, and we have trips. We go out there and we do ghost hunting with our brethren or our Patreon subscribers. I think that could be something fun that we do.
And we make them do all the scary stuff.
Yeah, we treat it like an episode of Fear Factor.
Oh.
Or,
now you go over to that bunker by yourself.
Yeah, or
we'll
no,
hang out
do you
over
remember?
here.
Do you remember MTV's Fear? That
No,
show?
I don't.
Started
so.
with the Godsmack. I'm not the one who's so far away. They had that as the theme song.
That's probably why I didn't watch it.
Oh, come on. There's a few good songs,
Yeah, but that one's like my least favorite song of like all time.
Of all, so it's like worse than Lou Bega's Mambo Number 5.
Yeah, I'd rather listen to that.
Really?
I don't know what it is, but just like, oh my god.
I wonder if we can merge those two songs together. Anybody out there in chat or in the comment section, if you are one of those people that's able to mash up songs, can you please mash up Voodoo by Godsmack and Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega? That is my most humble of requests, please. I need to hear that before I pass away. Ultimate bucket list right there. But thank you guys for joining us in our IRL. And we're just now getting used to the merger of podcast and IRL experience. So, I think we're going to put a lot of the extras and behind the scenes and stuff over on our Patreon, which is Deadeye Two Tongue 740. So, we've been trying to get all this done. We are going to be posting a lot of the remnant, left over from this episode over on our Patreon. We just don't know which footage we're going to do that with yet. So stay tuned over there for the behind the scenes stuff that we're going to post. And we hope you guys really enjoyed yourself. You are the ones that made this possible. So thank you, comment section. Love you guys so much. And our lovely, lovely live chat. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully we set a new record.
Oh, yeah.
What was
77?
77, the highest we've ever had. And if you guys want to do us a big favor, what I've been doing with these episodes and stuff like that, I've been posting them on Facebook forums, like different Facebook groups. So I've made friends and rubbed elbows with some of the haunting and the paranormal and the spooky, this and that and the other. And I've been reposting and I've been sharing them, hoping that they will pick up on it and add it to kind of their community's posts. Because that really helps. The more viewers we have here on YouTube, the more we can monetarily gain, which allows us to travel out further and do more with our content and more with our platform. So thank you guys once again for all the help that you do. You can follow me and Cody on the socials right here. We're going to show our lovely patrons who every month help us with a little bit of their hard-earned money. Your guys' names are going to be on the screen. And if you want to join us in the after party over on our Discord, then you're going to want to go and you're going to want to become a tier member on our Patreon, Deadeye Two Tongue 740. That's going to get you access to the Discord, and that's going to get you access to our after party that we have every show. It's a bunch of our community members get together and they talk over the episode or just get to know each other better. It's a wonderful, awesome, loving, safe space to be, and we hope you guys join us there. Cody, do you have any closing statements?
Thank you, everyone, for the birthday love. That was nice. It was fun to get out from behind the desk in the studio here and out into the wild.
Yep. And we want to do that on a grandiose level, and we're looking forward to it because we know you guys are going to help us make that happen. But I am your host, Deadeye Two Tongues. With me, always, is the amazing Fog Gilly. We hope you guys join us for the next one. We post every Monday and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, and if you guys are trying to write in to have your stories be known on the Near Death Diary podcast, you can send your submission to or your story over to Hellfire Holler Podcast at gmail.com. That's how we get your story, and we only get those stories if you like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, guys. So you got to do that before you submit your story. With that being said, I'm Deadeye Two Tongues.
Farewell, chat. Farewell, viewers. Farewell, Mothman.
We love y'all. Thanks for making our dreams come true little by little every day. Love y'all. Stay wild.